Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a Q&A in celebration of 700/800 subs. So funnily enough, I actually made this video, or I planned on making this video once I hit 700, and now that I'm at 800, thank you so much. But this video was made because I hit 600, 700. Before we begin, I just want to let you guys know that once I hit 1k, I'll be making an even more special video, so stay tuned for that. And I'll be doing like a get to know me tag and everything. But yeah, so this is my voice. If you're watching my channel and you've never heard my voice before, then hello. I actually reveal my voice in a couple of my videos, but at 1k subs I will be making more interesting videos. Before we begin, I apologize for any background noise. I'll try and conceal it as much as I can. But yeah, so thank you all so much. My channel is continuing to grow. Before we get started, please check out my videos, the cultural appropriation video that I just put up, and also be sure to check out my other videos like ranking K-pop companies and the little like skit video I made as well. So just check out all my recent videos as well. I have a really fun videos coming up, and they involve you guys. You'll see later in this video, but be sure to hit subscribe if you're new here, because a lot of videos that I'm going to post are going to be involving my subscribers. So by you subscribing, then you're most likely to see it first and be able to be involved. So yeah, so let's get on with today's video. I'm going to be answering you guys' questions. I got over 40 questions, so thank you all so much, and I'll be responding to them. Okay you guys, so I'm going to answer the next question, and they ask, would you do a me versus subscribers in the future? So lucky for you, I'm actually in the process of making one. Thank you so much for giving me that request. In this Google form that I put up on my channel, I did ask you guys to leave video suggestions, and a lot of you left me some, so you'll be lucky to know a lot of you guys that have asked for video ideas, you will be seeing them on my channel, so stay peeled. I'll be making me versus subscribers. I'm probably going to have to upload another video asking you guys to leave some questions on the Google form, but that will be very soon. It's going to take probably a long time to edit, just because I want to, make it really good, because I am a little bit of a perfectionist. But yes, I'll definitely be making that. I just want to keep making videos that involve you guys, because you guys are the reason that I'm at 800 subscribers. So honestly, it's a really big achievement for me, because I literally made this channel for a bit of entertainment, and it's become something a little more than that. So definitely we'll be doing that in the future. The next question they asked is favorite season. So okay, well, I have quite a few favorite seasons. I feel like it changes every day. Like sometimes I like it and other times I don't. So I would say my favorite season would probably be, I would say maybe spring, just because spring is really warm, it's beautiful outside, and I feel like, I don't really like winter. I do like winter because that's literally my birthday month. Well, autumn is my birthday month, but I do prefer spring because I feel like it's the middle of, it's not too hot and it's not too cold, and I don't know, everything about spring just makes me so happy. When I'm talking about spring, I would say like maybe like April, May. I would say even March to some extent. It's like April time, springtime. So I really like spring. But yeah, it changes. It used to be summer, but ever since Corona happened, summer just hasn't been hitting the same, and obviously that's because of Corona, but I really like spring. So yeah. And they say your favorite midnight snack, lol. So midnight snacks, so this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I barely ever have midnight snacks, because I don't know, like, why eat at midnight, and normally where I live, like how it's set up is, in order for me to eat a snack, I'll have to go all the way down, and most of the time it's really dark, and I'm not really a big fan of the dark, especially walking in the dark. But I digress. So hypothetically, if I was to have a midnight snack, then I would probably have, if I could just eat whatever I wanted, then maybe like a nice bowl of strawberries, because I absolutely love them. My favorite fruit, they are absolutely delicious, so definitely strawberries. And then I would also love some white chocolate Cadbury fingers. I'll put them on the screen. They are really delicious. I love them. I think they're so good. If you guys have tried it, please let me know down below. It's so good. So I would have a bowl of strawberries and some white chocolate fingers. So yeah, that would be my midnight snack. So they ask your favorite YouTubers, K-pop YouTubers, or any YouTubers, I guess. So just YouTubers in general. I really like this girl. I can't remember her name, but she lives in a van and she like documents. I think it's so cool. She doesn't post that frequently, but I absolutely love her content. And then another person that I watch a lot is a girl called Queen Chioma. If you guys know who she is, let me know. She posts like commentary videos. I also like I Am Aloho, just channels like that. And then if we're talking K-pop YouTubers, then I would say I really like VSDC. She makes like videos. I don't watch her channel that frequently, but I really like perspective she puts on her channel. I think it's really interesting. I also absolutely love Hofuzushi. Her videos are so good. Like, she's honestly probably my favorite K-pop YouTuber. Her videos are top tier and I really love them, and my favorite videos on her channel are like the ones where she unboxes like K-pop albums. Let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about. I also really like Angelina. She makes videos on like K-pop comebacks and all that jazz, so I really like that. So yeah, I would definitely say those would be my favorite K-pop YouTubers. I have a lot more, but those are just the ones that I mainly like. So Takis or Cheetos, that's the next question. Takis, no, not Takis, sorry, Cheetos. I'm from the UK and I've never had Takis before. I've actually been to America before, but I've never actually tried Takis. So y'all are probably going to be like, you're missing out. And I know, like, the minute I go to America, obviously once Corona dies out, I would definitely try and get Takis. I think Cheetos, I think I've had those before. They're like chewy, crisp. So I really like those. Really delicious. So they say, do you think 2021 is going to be as bad as last year? So I definitely think 2021 is going to be a lot better than 2020. Obviously, I might be in the minority. Obviously, 2020 was a horrible year because of Corona and all that jazz. But at the same time, I like to look at the positive. The one positive I would say is that I was able to make a YouTube channel and grow and find such amazing people that enjoy my content. So but what I'm trying to say is that 2020 was bad, but I definitely do think 2021 will be a lot better. In terms of K-pop, I would say we're going to get a lot more song releases, loads more debuts, which I'll definitely be talking about on my channel, and just a lot of things. I think 2021, a lot of companies are going to experiment. I feel like because of COVID, not a lot of K-pop companies or K-pop groups can tour and do fan signs. They can't really see their fans face to face, so I feel like a lot of K-pop companies are going to start being more creative and coming up with ideas that allow K-pop idols to still interact with fans and still gain profit. Non-K-pop related, my wish would be for Corona to leave. I really hope it leaves this year. It's really affected everybody, and no one could go on holiday anymore unless you are rich. Let's be real here. And it's just really, yeah, I think non-K-pop related, I just hope COVID goes. I hope that there are less tragedies than there were last year. There were a load of deaths in 2020. I just hope that this year is an amazing year. It's a brand new year, and I hope that it's a whole lot different than 2020. So your religion, well, I'm Christian, basically. I am religious, so yeah. And they said, sorry if this is too long. Haha. So no, thank you so much for leaving this question. I love you, I appreciate you, thank you so much. So yeah, that was the first question, and now I'm going to move on to the next one. Next question that I'm going to be reading is, have you ever hated ITZY or a certain group, or just K-pop in general? Okay, so first off, thank you for leaving that question. I absolutely love ITZY. I think it's pretty obvious from my channel name that I adore them. I think they're an amazing group of girls. I love them so much. So I definitely don't hate ITZY. In terms of a certain group, or just K-pop in general, well, I really don't think I ever have hated a group. There are groups I don't vibe with, but there definitely aren't groups I'd hate, because I feel like hate is such a strong word. So yeah, there's groups that I don't vibe with but I don't like. probably not going to reveal them in this video, but if you guys ask in the comment section, then I might reveal it in a video. But yeah, so I definitely don't hate any groups. The thing with K-pop is there are so many groups debuting, there are so many groups releasing music, so there's always going to be a group that you're not going to like, and that is okay. So of course I have groups I don't necessarily like, but I don't hate them. So yeah, so the next question they ask is, do you simp over any idols? So thank you so much for leaving that question. Real quick, this user put like these really cute emojis and they look so cute. You guys will see on the screen, so thank you for being really artistic. But I digress. So simping is like when you like really like somebody to the point where, I feel like simping is used in like a negative context. So I feel like I've never simped for an idol, but I definitely have found idols very attractive and good looking, because come on, I think that's pretty normal. Yeah, I think if I could say a couple idols, I would definitely say, I feel like this one might be obvious, I really love Yeji. I think she's absolutely mesmerizing on stage. Shimrujin as well, who is her group mate, and also yeah, I think those people are amazing. I also really like Unha from G-Friend. I feel like her little, I don't know, her during Margot era, she was so cute. She's really awesome. I also really like Yina from ITZY. She's always bringing 100% on stage. I could go on and on. Simbi is really awesome too. I could really go on and on about these type of idols, but I won't. So yeah, so those would be the idols I would consider. And then the next question they asked is, what is your least favorite group? So my least favorite group, I don't have one. Well, I do, but I don't want to come across rude, so I mean, there are loads of groups I don't necessarily like. If I had to say one, then I would maybe say, you guys probably have never heard of them. Probably, no, actually I would say Super Junior, just because, I'm sorry if you're a Super Junior fan, but I don't necessarily feel comfortable standing them just for things they've done in the past. And then yeah, there's also a couple Nugu groups that have done some effed up-ish. So yeah, I guess Super Junior if I had to say my least favorite group. So yeah, that would be my opinion. So another user asked, which company do you think is the best? So if you guys, I'm gonna leave it in the icon area, but I did actually make a video talking about my least favorite and my favorite companies, and you should definitely go and check that video out, because I'll go more in depth. But because this is just a Q&A, I will condense it. But basically, I don't think there's any best company, because let's be real, there's always a corrupt company. No company is the best. But if I had to say the best, it's between RBW, which is Mamu's company, or Dreamcatcher's company called Happy Face Entertainment. I'm leaning towards Dreamcatcher's company because I really like Dreamcatcher, but they're not exactly that popular in Korea. They're more popular internationally, and despite this, there's so many companies that would discard a group if they don't have much Korean popularity, and it seems like their company genuinely cares for them, and they just seem really nice. Like their staffs just seem like they care for the members. Obviously, I'm sure Happy Face has their own faults, but from a fan perspective, it seems like their company treats them the best. So I would definitely say Happy Face Entertainment, and also RBW to a lesser extent. Question says, favorite B-sides and any songs you just dislike a lot. So if I had to say favorite B-sides, I have a lot. I actually want to make a video on this, but I'm gonna condense it because it's only a Q&A. ITZY's Surf and Be in Love, Cherry Bullet's Ready. What else? This is actually, I have so much. G-Idol's B-sides, most of them. Maze is really great. Yeah, those are like a couple. I'm gonna make a whole video on it, so stay tuned. The next person says, any songs you just dislike a lot. Okay, so I actually made a video on this. If you scroll down my channel, you'll see it. Yeah, so in terms of disliking songs, there are a couple. I would say I really don't like Oh My God by G-Idol. I talk about that in the video I made about songs I dislike, so check out that video. In short, I feel like the song is just very like unfinished, and the chorus was just really grating and I didn't really vibe with it, so definitely Oh My God. And another song I dislike, which you guys may have not heard of, is a group called Bling Bling. They're like a Nugi group, and their debut, I just really didn't like it at all. And obviously no hate to the members, but I didn't like it whatsoever. And then I think if I had to say one more song, I would say probably Dun Dun by Everglow. I really do like Everglow. I think they're a great group, but Dun Dun was just not a good song for me, and the chorus just got really repetitive. It wasn't really my thing, so definitely that. So yeah. Another user asked, do you like Pentagon, and what is the first K-pop group you discovered? Okay, so Pentagon, I think they're an awesome group. I don't know them that well, so like whoever left this question, please leave me like some tips about them. Of course I will make sure to like find out about them. I did actually like know that they used to have Edon in their group, but he got kicked out once he was basically dating behind the company's back or something like that. But yeah, I really loved their music when Edom was in the group. Like Shine was such a good song, like a complete bop. I love that song so much. And I also feel like, yeah, I think they're an awesome group. I wish them all the best. I actually checked out their recent comeback called stayC, and they got their first win, and I was so happy for them. So yes, I do like Pentagon. I'm gonna try and get into them more. Please leave me, if you guys know who if you guys are well versed with Pentagon, please leave me below what I should watch to get to know them, like any variety shows, any music, stuff like that. Okay, and then lastly they said the first K-pop group you discovered. Okay, so first K-pop group I discovered, so this might seem a little like cliche, like oh my gosh, you know, but it was ITZY. Technically, actually no, I take that back. The first K-pop group I discovered was Blackpink. Basically somebody showed me a music video of theirs during 2018, which was do era, and basically I watched it and I was so mesmerized because this was actually my first exposure of K-pop, in the sense like I knew it was K-pop, I knew it was a different language. I'm not talking about Gangnam Style, well most of us didn't really know that it was a K-pop song. But yeah, so Blackpink's Do is when I was first exposed to K-pop. Prior to that, there were a couple people like I know that were talking about K-pop and all these people, and I was just like so fascinated because I had no clue what they were talking about. Long story short, I really loved the music video and I ended up watching it quite a few times. And then a few months after that, Jennie's Solo was released and I watched that with a friend. And I was just so in awe of the music video. I thought it was so awesome. But then, so that's kind of like my first exposure. But after I watched that music video, I didn't really dive into K-pop. I was just like, this is cool. It wasn't until February 2019, that I found out ITZY, and yeah, the rest is history. If you guys want a full depth version, I will be talking about that once I hit 1k subscribers. But yeah, so that's kind of, I guess Blackpink exposed me to K-pop, but ITZY is the group that got me actually into the genre. So yeah, move on. So they said the next question, which will be on the screen, is what are your opinions on people shipping idols with other idols? So I guess you're talking about just shipping in general, whether that's in a group, so like two group members or outside. I'm actually going to make a video on shipping, but I'm not going to talk too much about it. You'll just have to keep your eyes peeled on my channel for the video. But basically, I said this in I think my K-pop confessions video, which you can check out. I feel like K-pop shipping, if I'm going to be honest, this might be unpopular. I don't think it's that inherently bad. I think a lot of people just don't like it because of the extent that crazy shippers go. Some people will make like Instagram accounts dedicated to this K-pop ship, and it's a bit ridiculous. And some people will make full-fledged YouTube accounts with like millions of views, just like a 5-second video or 5-minute video, and it's got like 3 million views. There are so many Liz Cook videos I've seen, and it's like unbelievable. I think the fans that go out their way to harass that idol and comment on Instagram lives being like Liz Cook forever and all that are really toxic. So I guess my opinion is, at the end of the day, I can't really control what every K-pop fan does. I mean, it's not really possible. Of course, I'll put it out there, I don't think people should ship idols because it can just go overboard. If you do want to ship them and you're not being ridiculous and you just think idol W and idol F would look nice together, then that's okay. But obviously the ones that go overboard are just ridiculous. So I would say it's not necessarily a horrible thing. This might be unpopular, but the ones that go overboard should stop. So yeah, I definitely don't necessarily like when people ship, but honestly at the end of the day I can't really control it. So I hope I gave you an answer. So yeah. So they asked, do you believe in groups acting really close just for fan service? I just watched a video about it, so that's why I'm asking, lol. Okay, well, first of all, well, yeah, okay, so fan service, I actually might make a video on this. I'm assuming fan service is just when, like, there's a certain ship in the K-pop group that fans really like, and they're like, oh yeah, we want more moments and all this. It's just a certain ship, and most companies will catch on to the fact that, you know, maybe there's an idol called Idol V and there's an idol called Idol I, and Idol V and Idol I are really close and they have a lot of ship moments. They're always, like, I don't know, always together, and they just have loads of like nice interactions and stuff, and fans really like that, and it's the most popular ship in that group. So then some companies will kind of play it up and be like, oh, why don't we make a vlog with Idol V and Idol I? And I hope you guys get what I mean. I think fan service, unfortunately, is kind of what comes with K-pop. So many times K-pop idols will react or behave a certain way because they know that fans like it. I don't know if all of them are faking it, or they're just putting on a little bit of a show, or they're just exaggerating. I don't really see an issue with it as long as it doesn't get like ridiculous. I feel like yeah, I feel like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like there are a lot of K-pop groups where members don't all get along. I think that's quite obvious at this point. Like we've seen with a lot of these scandals this year, not every idol gets along, and so I feel like when there are idols that are playing up their moments, it's most likely because their company has told them, and unfortunately not a lot of idols have a say on what they can do, especially if they're like a rookie group. Like there's not really much they can say. So I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing, but when it becomes like uncomfortable and you can tell like the members uncomfortable with it, then that's where I cross the line. So I don't think it's an issue. It kind of just depends on the context of the situation. So yeah. And they asked, what's your channel goal for 2020? So thank you so much for asking this question. Thank you so much for leaving your questions. I appreciate you. So my channel goals, so I've already kind of said it in this video already, but I'd love to hit 1K. That's probably my biggest channel goal. And I think, yeah, I'd love to hit 1K, and then yeah, honestly, this might seem a bit like, I don't know how to explain it, but I really would like my videos to just keep growing in views. I'm obviously making videos for fun. I would never actually make something for the money, and I'm not, you know, there's no money involved at the moment. At the same time, like the content I put out, I'm not going to toot to my own trumpet, but I feel like most of my content is very innovative, and when I make my videos I try and make them like interesting as possible, and I try and talk about topics that K-pop fans will potentially be interested in. So I feel like I would really love for more people to discover my channel. Quite a few videos I uploaded on my channel gained so much traction, in the sense so many people hit subscribe, so many people were commenting, and it made me so happy. Like when I hear that suddenly, you know, it's like, I don't know, 400 people have clicked on my video, it makes me really happy. In fact, I have one video on my channel that's had like 43,000 views at the moment, which is insane to me. It's literally gaining almost every day, and it's all down to you guys. And I feel like, yeah, so I just like my videos to keep being, I want you guys to keep seeing my videos, I want you guys to keep supporting me, and I'd also like for new people to find my channel. You know, I'm making videos because I enjoy them, but at the same time, like when I make a video and I get so many comments, so many kind comments especially, it makes me so happy. And especially when you're growing, it's so nice to see people that actually enjoy your content. So yeah, that would be my channel goals, I guess. So like hitting 1K and then just continue to grow as a channel. So yeah. We're gonna move on to the next question. So if your question is, used in this video, please let me know down below, because I love all of you guys that sent in stuff. So thank you, I love you and I appreciate you. So yeah, we're gonna move on. So the person asked, it's really hard to think of something juicy when you spilled a lot on your channel. Okay. First of all, thank you so much, I love you. Yeah, I'm really grateful that you think I've spilled a lot, because if you, I'm assuming you're referring to the unpopular K-pop opinion videos that I've made. I actually have 2 on my channel at this moment in time. So yeah, I don't actually make them very often, but I'm gonna make them more. But thank you so much, I really do appreciate that. I'm really glad that I spill a lot on my channel. Thank you, you're so sweet, I love you. So yeah, let's be sure to answer the questions. So the first, they have a couple questions. I'm just going to answer a few. So yeah, so they asked, do you think ITZY a good vocalist? Okay, so first and foremost, ITZY on my ults is pretty obvious. If you're new here, hello, I like ITZY. If you have been on my channel for a little bit, then you probably know I like ITZY. So are ITZY a good vocalist? Well, when I first started to get into ITZY, when I found them out, when they debuted, I didn't know if they were good singers or good dancers or good rappers. I didn't know. I just really like the members. So I kind of got into ITZY because I like the members' personalities and who they are as people. And then as I got to know them, I found out that they had really good dancers and really great stage presence. And I personally really like the singers in ITZY. I think Leah is a pretty decent main vocalist. She may not be the best, but I think she's pretty good. You know, I really like her tone, honestly, and for me, I'm not really somebody who is too fussy when it comes to vocals. I feel like as long as the idol doesn't sound like they're tone deaf or they're going off key, I don't really mind, as long as it sounds pleasant. You know, that's just for me. And if I do want to listen to a group who has really great vocals, then I'll go to a group like Mamamoo or Red Velvet, who are very vocal heavy and vocal orientated. But because I'm not too crazy about vocals, I don't mind it, you know. I'm more interested in whether I like the members and the group, because, you know, that's just an important factor for me. I really like ITZY, all 5 of them, which is why I stan them, and so that's kind of why I like them. So I feel like because the other 4 members don't have any vocal positions, Leji and Chaeyoung are lead vocalists, but both of them are a lot better in dancing, so I wouldn't really, and then Yuna and Ryujin have other roles in the group that are not vocalists. So I'll kind of just talk about Leah. Leah is the main vocalist, so I feel like I said earlier, I love her tone. It's so beautiful, it's so silky, it's so soft, I really love it. You know, I just love how it sounds so good, and yeah, I just really like it, honestly. So yeah, so I think Leah's pretty good. I think she's decent, at least. So as a whole, I don't really have an answer to that. Like I said earlier, ITZY are great dancers, and that's why I love them. That's why I look forward to a comeback, because I just know that the choreography is going to pop off, literally will pop off. And you don't need good vocalists to be popular in K-pop, but I think they get the job done. They may not be the best, I think they're pretty good. Obviously they're not the best, but I think Leah's decent. They get the job done. So yeah, so you said first group you stand, that was ITZY. Groups you understand. So basically, I was really into CLC around 2019. They had a comeback called No. If you guys are around that time, please let me know. Basically, they had this really good comeback. I believe Soyeon gave them the song, and it was so good. I really loved it. I loved everything, from the music video to the outfits to the stages. Like, oh, everything was just immaculate, and I loved it a lot. And this was like my first exposure to CLC. And so when they when they finished No Era, and they also had their first win as well. So first wins in explanation marks, because they had 2 wins. And so when the company announced they would be having a comeback in May, I was like so excited at the time. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait. And I mean, the comeback was great, but it just wasn't what I was thinking it was going to be. And that's not necessarily a negative thing, but I just kind of thought the comeback was going to be similar to No. And now that I think about it, probably wasn't really wise to think that way. But yeah, it was a pretty good song. I wasn't really the biggest fan of the chorus. It's like very EDM heavy. It's not really my thing. I did like the aesthetic of this music video, but yeah, I feel like my expectations were a bit too high for this comeback, and it just didn't live up to my expectations, which is okay. It's a very normal thing. But yeah, so that's kind of where I stand there. I didn't really love the comeback. It was decent, and then they had another comeback in September with Devil, and that was also a great comeback as well. It was like very like retro, not really retro, but it had like retro feel. The music video was a little bit cheaper, but I really did like it. But yeah, No is still my favorite track from stayC to this day. And then obviously 2020, they didn't have a comeback until September. So early September, I believe, is like around my birthday. So yeah, I really like stayC. I feel like around 2019, I was kind of on the verge of standing them. I was really into them. And then I feel like it kind of just fizzled down. I wasn't really into their other two comebacks, and then they didn't really have a comeback until the end of the year. Do you think K-pop is going to lose its popularity when BTS disbands, or is Fourth Gen going to continue breaking into the Western market and so on? Okay, so first and foremost, I believe BTS did sign like a 7-year contract or something. I'm pretty sure that's actually the case. So they're definitely not going to be disbanding anytime soon, because that's not how contracts go. But I do know that Jin and Suga, who are the oldest members of BTS, will be enlisting very soon. So I definitely do think that they will be slowing down their promotions once Jin and Suga go to the army. No pun intended. But I do feel like, yeah, BTS are obviously very popular, but at the same time, you know, there are always going to be other popular groups. It's not always going to be BTS, you know. They've done so much for the K-pop industry, and I may not be an ARMY, but I really do commend them for that. So there's definitely going to be other groups that are going to be popular, of course, like, you know what I mean, that's just how it goes. You know, I believe during second gen, a lot of people are saying that Big Bang, there'll never be a group like Big Bang, because Big Bang were like so popular at the time. They were loved in Korea, they were loved internationally, and then it turns out there was a group that basically matched their popularity, if not more, with BTS. So it's going to be the same with fourth gen. And definitely, I mean, most fourth gen groups are only 2 or 3 years old, so most of them are really young, and yeah, they're still growing. And I definitely am so excited to see what fourth gen holds, because I'm fourth gen. Most of the people groups I stan are fourth gen, so I'm really looking forward to the new music fourth gen groups put out. So yeah, so like you said in your second question, yes, there's definitely going to be fourth gen groups that will break into the American market, unpopular opinion, but I don't really care if my fave isn't big in America. I mean, I stan K-pop, not K-pop, but I listen to K-pop, and you know, if they are popular in BTS like Blackpink and BTS are, you know, that's okay, you understand. But if they're not, then that's also okay. I feel like at the end of the day, K-pop is Korean pop, so I'd rather my faves be big in Korea rather than in the West. Obviously, there are so many benefits, but they don't have to, you know. I'm not too fussed about it. So there's definitely going to be more fourth gen groups dominating the Western market in the future, definitely. I mean, yes, in the next couple of years, and there'll always be a big group in K-pop. Like once BTS, you know, start to lay down, and once members start to enlist, there'll be other groups that will be popular, you know. It's not just, that's just how it works, you know. And I can get to know you guys can get to know me more, because I'm very down for that. So they said, what are your hobbies? Okay, so I have a lot of hobbies. This one's probably going to be a no-brainer. I like listening to K-pop. You could guess, I guess that's kind of a hobby. My other hobby is making YouTube videos. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago I was posting so frequently. If you guys were around then, I used to post like almost every day. I was on Christmas break, that's a thing. I'm sure most of you guys know what that is. So in Christmas break, you basically you're off for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and so I had so much time to make videos and stuff. And obviously with Corona, I can't go out and hang out with friends, so I was like, why not make YouTube videos? Plus I enjoy making them. I honestly love making videos. Like, I don't think I will ever stop. It's so fun. Yeah, anyway, I'm kind of straying away from the question, but yeah, so I really like listening to K-pop, making YouTube videos. That's definitely just a hobby for me. I edit when I can, and I upload when I can. When I'm busy, I don't upload. When I'm free, I upload. So yeah, so that's a hobby. non-K-pop related, another hobby I love to do is like write. That might sound really like, I don't know, if any of you guys are into like reading books or writing, then please let me know. I love writing, so whether that's writing about, literally just writing stories, writing in diaries and journals, I just love that type of thing. I'm one of those people that really likes literature and English, so yeah, I'm definitely that type of girl. I really love writing stuff. I do it very frequently, especially because of sometimes with corona and everything, like you have more time on your hands, so I like that. And another thing I love to do, which I can't do as much anymore, is go out with friends. That's like, I don't know if that's a hobby, but I really like just going out with people and spending time, going shopping. I don't know if that's considered a hobby, but I love that. Yeah, so I feel like those are my main hobbies. I also play keyboard as well. I guess that's a hobby. If any of you guys do that, let me know. I play the keyboard. I think it's really fun. I also would want to, pick up makeup. I don't actually wear makeup very much. That might be an unpopular opinion, but I'd want to like try and do makeup as a hobby, and like, just glam up your face. So yeah, those are like a few of my hobbies. Yeah, and then this is not really a hobby, but I absolutely love like eating. Like, oh, I just love it. And if I'm gonna eat, then I absolutely love snacking on like popcorn or something. Or I also love Starbucks drinks, like the pink drink, the vanilla frap is so delicious. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys have tried any Starbucks drink, especially the vanilla frap, is so good. I'm actually so hungry, so thirsty right now. This is not about food. So yeah, those are my hobbies. Mainly my biggest hobbies are probably just making YouTube videos when I can, and then also hanging out with friends, going shopping, and I also like to write and I like to read. I read all the time. I'm currently reading Harry Potter. I'm on like the 4th book, so if any of you guys are reading that, please let me know. So yeah,